Magnification volume, 0%.
Good afternoon, and welcome to more, well, not More Than Meets the Eye, and not Blindformers. Welcome to Blind Prime, a channel update video, where I'm just going to talk to you for a moment about what's going on. So in the past, we've seen all of the wonderful things I got for Christmas from my fans. Thank you again to Garrison LaForge, and thank you again to VKL. I really appreciate you guys, and thank you also to Gengar. I got 3 wonderful gifts for my channel this past Christmas season, and I really appreciate it when my viewers come through like that. That was a big surprise to me. That was the first time that it ever happened to me in my life, at least in this channel's life especially. I didn't know how to feel about it except just be overly amazed that I'm doing something on this channel and people wanted to give me stuff for me to do on this channel, and that was really cool and made me think maybe this channel's going in the right direction. And so, thank you guys. You gave me a little more confidence on the channel, and I really appreciate you for that. In this next year, I will be covering more Transformers. We're getting into the, I think it's called Legacy? Or it's Legends. I think it's Legacy. But Transformers Legacy is going to be coming up. The last wave of Kingdom is on the march. Is arriving now. I am still trying to get a hold of a Kingdom Blaster to do a review on the channel, as well as a Waspinator. Still haven't found a Waspinator to review on the channel yet. Wow, the Waspinators have been weird with how hard they are to find. And then we've got the Core Class Hot Rod, not Hot Shot. He's not a yellow car. He's a red car. He's Hot Rod. And we've got the other Core Class guys. I'm going to do an entire series coming up on Core Class figures. My Weaponizer series is going to continue, even though it's going to take a small break because, whoops, I forgot to cover the head former for Black Zarek himself. My bad. So we're going to do a couple of videos on that, and to make sure that y'all got the videos on them and know about the Zarek figure, because honestly, the fun part of Black Zarek was the Headmaster, and the Headmaster was quite interesting. That was my first large Headmaster I've ever owned in my life. Personally speaking, I've always wanted a Fortress Maximus, but for some reason, just life has never managed to agree with me in getting a Fortress Maximus. And so, having a giant Headmaster is really cool because, it's coming close to that. It's coming close to the days of the Fortress Maximus. Otherwise on the channel, we've got Joes coming up. Lots of Joes. There's going to be so many Joes. We've got the Vipers. There's a Viper 3-pack on the way. I haven't heard a release date yet, but, you will be seeing it on this channel. And there's also the Cobra Bat. That stands for, I think, Battle Android Trooper. And then there's the Cobra Alley Viper, which is a Viper with, from what I understand, actually, I don't know what's the difference between an Alley Viper and a Viper. I have forgotten. So that's going to be a fun little exploration whenever we compare Alley Viper to Viper and what's the same and what's different between those two types of figures. Also on the march will be the Cobra Infantry, not the Cobra Infantry, the Cobra Officer, and Tomox and Zaymot. And Zartan, I'll be doing a video on Zartan quite soon. And also, what else? Croc Master's on the way, Storm Shadow. Then you have Iron Eagle, Iron Knife. I'll have to look up his name. He's the guy that comes with the eagle. I'm surprised I'm blanking on it. And as well as that, we also have coming in the Legends or Legacy Transformers series. You're going to get all sorts of things. We're getting a Bulkhead. We're getting an Optimus Prime. That's a Laser Optimus Prime. I'm excited about that one because it's apparently a tanker truck. And where I grew up, we had a lot of tanker trucks come by because the place that made the rocket fuel for the space shuttle was in my hometown. And we were always seeing these giant trucks that said Prax Air on the side of them, driving back and forth. It was a joke in the town, is if you I could see where they would drive out of the factory, you know, the road that led to the factory. I saw its cutout where it entered the highway. And I could watch a Praxair truck pull out onto the highway. And I knew if it took a left-hand turn, why, that Praxair truck was going to Florida, there was going to be a space shuttle launch soon. If it took a right-hand turn, that Praxair truck was going to Mississippi, and there was going to be an engine test soon. And it was kind of neat to just be like, oh, cool, I know what's happening in space because I can see this truck move. And immediately understand what's going on because of that. I wonder what's going on with Praxair lately, since methane may become the new fuel source. Well, it isn't like they hired anybody. They had like 2 employees. Which, you know, if you ever hear Praxair talking about it, it brought jobs. Yeah, it brought like 5 jobs. It was a little stupid. The entire factory was automated. But I'm digressing. I am completely off topic. So, Laser Optimus Prime is coming. Hopefully we're going to get a new Megatron. I love me a tank. I want to see a new tank. I am a big lover of those tanks. You give me tanks, howitzers, APCs, you know, the works. I absolutely love those war vehicles, and I love having Transformers that become them. And to any of you fans, if you ever know of, if you've heard or seen an assault personnel carrier that's a Transformer, let me know, because that's one of the Transformers I've always wanted. An APC. I actually played one in a game once. Sugar, you're just such a loving cat. Oh yeah. So, coming up in the future, you're going to see a lot more Transformers, a lot more Joes, and I'm going to have to start trying to figure out how to make some money, because these things are going to get expensive with inflation occurring and stuff. I'm contemplating actually creating some NFTs to help support the channel by, you know, selling them, and NFTs are a pyramid scheme. Don't listen to anybody who's pumping up NFTs or anything, but I'm definitely going to sell a few of them because I know there are some people out there who will buy NFTs for the sole reason of buying NFTs. And, well, you know, if those people exist, then I'm going to give them something to purchase. I think that's appropriate. It doesn't look like NFTs are going away anytime soon, and if it can get me a little money for the channel so I can raise awareness for the blind and get the word out there more to people who find my channel and actually, you know, use it to help themselves, that's amazing. And I will do that to ensure that, well, this channel completes its goal. And its goal is to raise awareness for the blind and to help the blind. And many people have asked me, how does this channel raise awareness for the blind? Well, I'll let you know how it raises awareness for the blind. It's a blind person doing something that you normally wouldn't see a blind person doing. There, that's it. That's the awareness. And it's that simple to raise awareness for something. It's just do it. But, you know, make sure you do it right. And that's been the attempt with this channel. And that's what gives me acid reflux sometimes about this channel. Is I want to make sure I do it right. And I don't want to screw this up. I want to make sure that when people talk about blind awareness, they can mention me. And, you know, not worry. I'll be like, oh, but they're against that or this. No. No, politics stays completely out of Blind Prime. Nothing. I will talk politics whenever I'm not Blind Prime. But whenever I'm playing the character, Blind Prime, as you can see by the hat and the glasses, then there will be no politics spoken out of this mouth. I do not want to get involved with that fiasco on this channel. This channel has a mission to help people, and it's to help raise awareness for the blind, which means that more people will be aware that the blind exist. And hopefully, with more people sharing it, then more blind people will discover the joy of Transformers. And also discover some of these action figures that I have discovered that I think are quite amazing. Even to a blind person, they are fun action figures. They have plenty of textures, and they have plenty of different accessories that come on and off. And that's really important, at least from my perspective. And you little fat potato cat, what are you doing? But yeah, and that's the goal, is just to get more blind people realizing that you can be blind and do other things, and reminding the world that blind people can do just about anything a sighted person can do except drive. And thanks to self-driving cars, that problem's getting fixed. was actually part of a big study on that to determine self-driving cars and can the blind use them. And turns out it's not illegal for a blind person to use a self-driving car. And in many states, nobody's even considered it. So it's one of those gray areas. And honestly, I can't wait for my self-driving car. I'm going to sleep in the back seat all the time. You're just going to look over. I'll put a dummy in the front seat. You know, one of those driving companions that you can put in the passenger seat to get into the carpool lane. You know, get one of those guys and just set him in the front seat. Buy a real doll and dress it up really, really nice. And put some lipstick on it and stuff. And stay in the front seat. Nobody will ever realize that there's just a guy with a pillow and a blanket in the back seat sleeping all the time. Because honestly, guys, that's how I like traveling. I like getting in the back seat, laying down, and just going, wake me when we arrive. That is my favorite form of traveling. And nothing beats it. And so self-driving cars are really exciting. Who knows? Maybe if this channel catches off, it could actually make me enough money so I could get a Tesla. That would be neat. Or a self-driving car that's a little more experienced than a Tesla. You know, I'm giving the self-driving car technology 10 years to really get good before I even attempt to try and get one of those vehicles. Yeah, guys, please, you know, keep tuned. You know, keep sharing my videos. I really appreciate it. And this video is a day late. My channel's birthday is on the 26th of January. I mixed it up with the birthday of my redwood seed. I got a redwood seed from California. A friend brought it, and I put it in the fridge. I mean, it's got to stay in the fridge for a certain amount of time. And I got my dates on the calendar mixed up. So yesterday, when I was about to go to bed, I was like, I want to take the redwood seed out. And I asked my Alexa about it, and the Alexa was like, that doesn't come out till the 29th. You know, a reminder for today is that you have a 1-year anniversary for your channel. And I'm like, oh, I get things so confused sometimes when it comes to actually making dates and stuff. So this is a day late, but this channel started off really whenever I did my my Blind Farmers episode on Siege Hound. That was a very important episode for me to do, and Hound is one of my favorites. All the other stuff, like the Mission of Blind Prime and those other videos, they are actually just kind of what I consider to be the conception of the channel. I started the Mission of Blind Prime to give me an idea, but then, you know, I was a bit worried, so I studied more about YouTube channels and spent the next few months doing that before actually producing my first real video called, you know, Blind Farmers, and it was Hound. So guys, yeah, I think that's about all for today. That's about all for the channel update. We got a lot coming down the pipeline. We got more weaponizers on the way. We've got all sorts of other stuff, and also I think I'm going to make these videos a once a week or a bi-weekly sort of video, because this going a few months without actually talking to you guys and only talking action figures was getting a little numbing. It was getting a little numbing, and well, here we go. Anyway, guys, I think that's been about all. I've taken up enough of your time for today. If you wouldn't mind, go down below and do the liking and the subscribing and the commenting, and tell me what your favorite part of my channel has been for you. What do you enjoy about my channel? And what can I improve on? I would like to know. Other than editing is going to require that this channel make money and I pay somebody to edit. That is the line there. I'm not editing this mess. I barely have the patience to use my voice-to-text technology. Trust me, that takes a lot of patience. You know, you close your eyes and work on your phone and have to listen to a woman or a man's voice tell you everything on the phone, and then you have to let them finish before you can understand what you're actually about to press. It's a lesson in patience. Well, that's all for today. Sugar killed the camera, so until next Prime.